America is a country full of people who like to talk about their freedom while elbowing their way into yours. My freedom to have 17 guns is more important than your freedom to have one life, because my freedom means you can't take one thing from me, but I can take everything from you. You can't make me wear a mask, but I can make you have a baby. Why? Just think of freedoms as playing cards. I'm taking tricks while you're probably turning them. Yes, the freedoms you hold in your hand are precious. That is, until I whip out one of my freedoms, because my freedoms are always trump cards. Well, of course they're called that. My freedom not to take a shot trumps your freedom not to be shot. In a polite society, I'm speculating here, sacrifices have to be made. Just don't expect me to be the one making them. Speaking of sacrifices, a super trendy freedom right now is religious freedom. It allows everyone to be free to follow my religion. Say I'm a pharmacist, and I just decided this morning that my deeply held religious beliefs won't allow you to get birth control. That's the fun thing about religious freedom. You are going to follow my religion, even if I don't. Ugh, children. For example, it doesn't matter if my religion really bans vaccines, because a whole restaurant getting sick is such a small price to pay for my freedom to say it does. Jesus may have forgotten to mention homosexuals, but that doesn't mean I can't try to take away their freedom to marry, because Jesus should have mentioned them. Look, as a conservative Christian, I'd devote more time to following the things Jesus did say if I weren't so gosh darn busy making sure that you follow the things he didn't. Because another thing that totally slipped Jesus's mind is my other favorite obsession: abortion. Fortunately, my religious freedom to pretend Jesus mentioned abortion trumps your constitutional freedom to get one. In Texas, it violates my personal freedom to be required to have a gay wedding cake in my store, but not your personal freedom to be required to have your father's baby in your womb. In Texas, it violates my freedom to be asked to wear a mask. You try screaming into an abortion informant hotline while wearing one. Oh. Yes, Texas has a hotline. Not for when a shooter carries his gun into a high school cafeteria. No, but for when a woman drives her car into a Planned Parenthood parking lot. In Texas, COVID is encouraged to reproduce, and women are forced to. In Texas, they make you give birth to children because life, y'all. Then make it easier to kill them with COVID and gunfire, because freedom, y'all. We call ourselves the land of the free. Well, except for those we incarcerate, more than any other country. More than communist China, which has over 4 times our population, more than even authoritarian Russia. Oh, speaking of Putin, my favorite freedom right now is the freedom to ignore election results that don't go my way. And you have the freedom to agree with me, or else. See, freedom isn't something applicable to the whole, but appropriated by the fraction. Freedom isn't about you getting choices. It's about you choosing to agree with the choices already made for you by your husband, whose choices were made for him by strangers on Twitter. Because exercises of freedom most often lead to acts of conformity. But that's the price you pay for my freedom. Freedom isn't free. But fortunately, it's always someone else picking up the tab. Glory.